And back in Long Beach, the United States now leading 12-5 in the second game. Best 3 out of 5. They won the first one, 15-13 over South Korea. Side out, South Korea serving. U.S. in the red, South Korea in the blue. 12-6 now. All of a sudden, there seems to be a little bit of a change between the two games. The United States was really kind of, well, maybe it was just South Korea being all pumped up, but they seem to slow down a little bit.
I think we've seen this U.S. team come out, 2 of the 3 matches and start out slow. They may be a slow starting team. They're playing real steady now. The defense is doing it. South Korea is making a move back.
Okay. Also, we might mention that number 9, Kim, the setter, has been taken out. Is that because they're hitting over him because he's so short?
What they do is they do a double substitution. They bring in a big blocker for Kim. They put a small another setter, number 5, their second setter, in the back row. So they get 3 rotations where they have a bigger block and hope to block some more balls in that place.
Okay, keeping in mind that number 5's name is Bumjo Lee, the all-world, I guess, settler from the 1982 World Championships. Taking a short break. Serving now, South Korea. They trail 12-7. You can only score points while you're serving. Sometimes you can get as many as 10, 15 side outs in a row. Kaj Karai just kind of dinking it right there in the middle. Let's take a look at that again.
Yeah, you can see the set coming overhead. There's an X play. There's one player crossing another. Karsh dinks it to where nobody is. Great play.
Very intelligent young man. Majored in biochemistry at UCLA. Side out in South Korea. Looking at Kaj Karai again. Might mention that in 1983 he was awarded, along with 4 others, the top NCAA award for athletic and academic achievement. One of those being John Elway, now playing for the Denver Broncos. He plans to go to med school when his volleyball days are finally over, and he's about to serve. Great all-around player. Side out USA.
Maybe one of the best all-around players in the world.
Started playing volleyball on the beaches of Santa Barbara when he was 6 years old. His dad is a doctor there. Volleyball player himself on the beaches. I guess when you live out here in Southern California, you stop playing on the beaches when you're 6 years old. Let's take another look.
Here we see Steve Timmons hitting from behind the 3-meter line. You cannot step on it or go in front of that line.
And the score now, 13-8. U.S. over South Korea. They're well on their way now to winning the second game. And they seem to have settled down just a little bit. You see Berzins receive the serve. Either he or Kaj Karai receive all of the serves. Players all talking to each other. One thing you don't have to worry about the U.S. players understanding what they're talking about, do you? Set by Dvorak. Again by Saunders. Yellow card is only a warning card. However, if he were to get another one, they would take a point away. Right?
They would penalize a point.
Serve is hit out of bounds. Side out U.S. leading 13-9. This has been a very close match. It was right about at this point that South Korea led 12-9 in that first game. The U.S. came back to win it 15-13. Changed very fast in volleyball, as we've seen all week here. Great hit by Paul Sunderland. From the corner.
He stung that ball down the line. Again, almost knocked. He could have knocked that player out. It almost hit him square in the face. That hurts.
Looks like he does have a little welt from being hit there earlier. Good save by Dusty Dvorak. Kaj Karai over there with the officials. Game point, 14-9. Side out, South Korea.
Bob, I think what I'm impressed with this U.S. team right now is their defense. They're really digging a lot of balls. Karsh Karai, Aldis Berzins, Dusty Dvorak. they get that kind of digging out of this team because they expect them to block.
And this team, we might say, has been together for 3 years now. Most of them played in 1981 in the NCAA championships, which we covered. But not for the same team.
No, for different teams, UCLA and USC.
And Berzins.
Let's take a look at Berzins here. Fakes to Salmons. Berzins comes around behind. No block up. Put away.
Okay, here we have this for the game. A little confusion at the net. Set by Dvorak. Outside to Timmons. Just barely missed it.
Well, that was it.
No, they called it in. Look from here like it was out. So the United States win 15-9. So they've now won the second game. They lead 2 games to nothing. 1 more to come. And they will have really had a good game against South Korea. Okay, Jim, it's now 6-3 in the third game. U.S. is leading, as you said. They've won the first 2, best 3 out of 5 to win the match. U.S. is undefeated. They're going for their 3rd straight win of the tournament as we're clearing some perspiration off the floor. They have only 1 more game to go in their round robin of their pool of 5, and that is against Brazil on Monday night. So should they get by South Korea, then they will be playing the team who, along with them, is considered the toughest team in the tournament, Brazil. And we've watched them play here, and they are very tough. Side out. Dusty Dvorak, the setter, out of USC, serving. It would appear tonight, Kurt Kilgore, that the setter for South Korea, Kim, has set particularly well, but that perhaps his hitters are just not tall enough to get over the blocks of the U.S.
Okay, we can look at an overhead replay of that last play. There's a set to the middle, down, put away.
Getting back to what I was asking you about, it looks as though the hitters really aren't big enough to get over those blocks. Has that been the difference?
I think that there's a lot of differences. I think the U.S. is probably a superior team, and they're playing to their potential, what we've heard about all year. They look awfully good right now, and this is not a bad Korean team.
Great overhead hit right there by Paul Sunderland, number 4. 7-3, U.S. over South Korea. Double hit by Dusty Dvorak. You'll have to have 1 clean hit.
You can see the referee gives that signal with 2 fingers in the air to designate a double hit ball.
Side out, South Korea. Once again, you can only gain points in volleyball while you serve. Set once again. Ball is hit out. Side out, U.S. leading 7-3.
Well, we've seen the South Koreans hit a lot of balls out of bounds. I think that they were blocked early, and they're trying to hit shots they don't have. Make a lot of errors that way.
Tipped off the block, side out. South Korea. There's a tremendous amount of really kind of pressure in this game, and yet everything has to flow. What is the effect, Kirk, of the U.S. coming in, playing in front of so many people at home? Does it help them, or does it put more pressure on them? Of course, they're all from South, really most of them from down here in Southern California.
Well, they've never played in front of crowds like this in the United States, and I think that it's helping this team. Early, I think it hurt them a little bit. The first match, they were nervous. They got that out of their system, and I think they're a very good team.
Having been around these guys about a month ago down in San Diego and watching them act both on and off the court, hard to believe anything would make them nervous. They're pretty loose.
They're a loose bunch, and they've got a real nice demeanor with each other.
Side out, South Korea. They've been training in San Diego for 3 years. They're also in a job work program. They train half the day and then they work for local businesses there. So whereas most of them are college graduates, they're also furthering their business careers as well. I think it's a really an outstanding program.
It's a pilot program that many associations are looking at. It's been awfully successful. U.S. has gone from 18th in the world to first, second, third.
Well, whatever they're doing, something is working. Doug Beal certainly has a lot to say about that. 8-3, U.S. over South Korea. Timeout. And as we look at Doug Beal, who has put in a tremendous offense here, score is 8-3, U.S. over South Korea. And back here at Long Beach, the United States is leading in the third game, 11-3. They won the first one 15-13, struggling a little bit, had to come behind there. Got a little stronger, winning the second one 15-9. Now leading 11-4, and Kirk Kilgore, it looks like they've kind of settled down a little bit, or has the team from South Korea just kind of wilted a little bit?
We're seeing the South Korean team make a lot of hitting errors, a lot of errors, and the U.S. is playing well besides it.
Fans didn't like that call. They thought the ball was out.
Well, the referee overruled the lineman, and that's never popular with a hometown fan.
Okay, it's 11-4, side out. You can only get points once again while you're serving. From the corner, and a great block by South Korea. Paul Sunderland trying to hit that overhead. Timeout for the United States. Score now, U.S. 11, South Korea 6. So they're coming back just a little bit. It never fails. Just when you say it looks like the U.S. is going to put this thing on ice, all of a sudden the other team comes back.
Well, this is real good for the U.S. team, because they got some players that haven't seen as much playing time. Steve Salmon's especially playing real well now. They're doing a job. It gives them a chance to play tough.
Well, in talking to Bill Neville, the assistant coach of the U.S. team in San Diego about a month ago, he said one of the things that they try to do is get all of their 12 players in the mix. They like to play with a lot of players. They feel that they've got some very talented players, a great bench, and that by getting them all in, they have special little talents and have a very intricate offense that they can just contribute that much more, and that gives them more flexibility.
Without a doubt, they do have a great bench, one of the best in the world, but it's you guys have to get into play in competition.
Salmons. 11-6, side out. And we said it once again that you have to win 3 out of 5, 15 points per game. You have to win by 2 points. Mark Waldy coming in right now, graduate of Ohio State. Good server. Experienced player. 28 years old. Set by Dusty Dvorak. You don't see a double set like that very often. Great block by Timmons. Let's take a look at that block. He is really powerful.
They are. The hitters up. They're over so far. Bob, you can go all the way over the net as long as you don't touch the net, and they were as far as they could go.
If the U.S. team has a weakness, what would it be?
Right now, probably just consistency. If they stay consistent, they don't really have a major weakness. They're playing extremely well.
Well, they certainly aren't exposing it right now because they're leading 13-6, 2 points away from winning this match.
If they had a major weakness, Bob, it'd probably be just international experience and winning. They're trying to do that now and set a big precedent.
As we said earlier, though, they have won 24 international matches in a row coming into this tournament. So that should have given them a lot of confidence. However, they have not played South Korea since 1982. Side out, South Korea serving. Keeping in mind, South Korea's got a pretty good team. They beat Japan, as we said earlier, in Japan just a few weeks ago. Side out, U.S. Aldous Berzins on the national team since 1977. Considered one of the most consistent players, voted the most valuable player in 1983 on the U.S. squad.
What he does for this team, he and Karsh Karai pass nearly every ball, and the coaches feel that he may be one of the better defensive players in the world.
Jun Yak Yu serving, number 8. You see Berzins then receiving that serve. You might notice, as Kirk has pointed out, how Berzins and Karch Karai receive those serves, and those things come at you like a knuckleball.
Moves like a knuckleball. Now, they're probably the best passing team in the world. That's what makes them so tough now. Why they can run that complicated offense.
Chris Milo in to serve. Good server. Very popular member of the team. One of the last players cut. And then when Wilder broke his ankle in Russia not too long ago, in the Soviet Union, he came back on the team, and he's so popular they elected him captain. Very interesting man. He's also spent several years working in soaps, but he decided to postpone that career, play a little volleyball for a while.
Chris is a great fire-up guy. He comes in, he likes to play the game. He's the oldest player of the team, and great player.
Side out U.S. Timmons serving. Good save by Marlowe. And they found an open spot on the floor. It's now 14-6 U.S. over South Korea. Let's take a look at that save by Marlowe. He went right into the stands almost. Okay, match point. And the U.S. has won it. So the United States wins the third match of the volleyball tournament. And they'll be playing Brazil on Monday. The last matchup for them before they go into the semifinals. Great match tonight by the United States over a strong team from South Korea.